Hi, I'm Eric. I'm an author. I've written 10 books, including Uber Nights. You can find all of my books on Amazon. Just go to the Linktree link on any of my social media platforms. Follow it to the Amazon link or go there yourself and search for Eric Bjorn. I'm fast and hard at work on my 11th book, Bronx Nights, about my first year in New York City, desperate for a cure for long COVID. I've been reading excerpts of that online. You can find those as well, also on my YouTube page. Again, just go to the Linktree link. I've also done a lot of excerpts of Uber Nights, and lately I've gotten some fans over on TikTok that have said, more Uber Nights, more Uber Nights. So, tell you what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to pick a story at random that I haven't published yet. I'm going to read it for you. It's been a while since I flipped through here, so let's just find one. That one's too short. I like this one. I just met a girl named Maria from Uber Nights. Hello, this is Maria in Diamond Support. How can I assist you? I am agitated from my most recent passenger experience. I want to leap into my explanation for the reason I'm calling. Yet I know I will be interrupted the moment I begin to speak. How do I know? Because every time I call Uber Diamond Support to report that passengers just completed a drug deal in the back seat, or that a passenger physically assaulted me, or that two passengers spent the past 10 minutes getting their oral on all over the maroon Rocinante's vulnerable upholstery, some Maria in Diamond Support begins reading monotonously from a script. I launch into the Greek alphabet to get things going. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Maria is spot on. I see. Can I please have your telephone number, email address, and your name? I grip the steering wheel. I have already provided sufficient information to the telephone computer system to be identified. Well, Maria, I can appreciate your desire to verify my identity. There's just one thing. Maria's improvisational skills are stolid. What is that? Something else inside me releases. The damn Uber Support Center farce is even worse than the bunghole who just spilled booze in the back of my car while attempting to light a blunt. Well, Maria, the problem as I see it is I need to verify your identity. For starters, I can hear a rooster crowing and chickens clucking in the immediate background. That makes for an interesting call center environment. Also, there's at least one child bawling. Hopefully it is not being pecked by the rooster. Then there's the fact that your English is so piss poor that I simply have difficulty believing a major corporation would hire you to represent and assist me with a serious rideshare vehicular situation in my particular culture. Then there's the fact that I can more or less tell you verbatim what you're going to say to me throughout this call, which leads me to propose that, I muster Hercule Poirot dramatic effect, you're living on a farm in Bhutan and have stolen the Diamond Support call center script. I pause. I hear feathers ruffling and a child being shushed. Actually, this is probably the most genuine human moment I've experienced with Diamond Support. Maria returns, Mr. Eric. I interject, aha! So you believe it's me after all. But my name is actually Mr. Bjorn. Let's keep it formal. After all, I'm a diamond driver. I pull to the side of the road across from an IHOP. This conversation is too good to experience while dodging suicidal drivers down Assembly Street. That said, Maria, I'm still not sure about you. Can you answer a few of my questions? First, what is college football stadium traffic? Second, please explain the right-of-way and a third left turn on a traffic circle. Also, I'm curious whether you know the difference between me putting on my blinkers and me putting on my boxers. Finally, where is South Carolina in relation to East Virginia and West Dakota? Silence again. I take joy in the fact that I have destroyed the Diamond Support script. Yet I'm a little disappointed that my audience of poultry was not around to balk in the moment. Mr. Bjorn, can I ask you to hold while I consult with a supervisor? Oh, sure. Spend a few minutes talking to Mr. Brown in Atlanta. If this were a film, during Maria's consultation, I would turn to the audience and explain the following. I've been a diamond driver for over a year and a half. What's a diamond driver, you might ask? When a driver hits a number of statistical watermarks, including a high rating derived from passenger reviews, a sizable number of rides, plus a high fare acceptance rate and low cancellation rate, they earn the privilege of premium support. However, a more accurate term might be premium futility, frustration, and undermining. I'm not sure about other regions of the United States, but Diamond Driver support calls in South Carolina route to a call center somewhere in Southeast Asia, where all the telephone agents, mostly female, speak in broken English and yet go by names like Susie or Patty. Foreign-based call centers are frustrating enough when you're trying to resolve credit card fraud or figure out how to troubleshoot a computing issue. But when you're trying to explain in post-traumatic short breath that a drunk male passenger lost it when you couldn't get to his house because of the baseball game traffic, so he tried to wrap a seatbelt around your head, causing you to swerve briefly into an oncoming lane, it would be quite helpful if the person you're communicating with knew the first thing about your specific culture, as well as maybe driving. And while you don't blame poor Lakshmi for doing whatever she needs to do to maintain the family farm, you sure the fuck can blame the multi-billion-dollar mega corporation for being so damn cheapskates that your welfare and well-being is just an overhead game to them. But you can't reach them. Why? Because they shield themselves with an army of Marias. Maria returns. Mr. Bjorn, please feel free to explain your situation. I feel ethically compelled to explain what happened, yet I know this will end nowhere. Please look at my driving record tonight for passenger Rebrand. He was my last passenger. He attempted to enter my vehicle with an open container of alcohol. He attempted to enter my vehicle with an open container of alcohol. I told him he couldn't. He dumped the can of beer, then entered the back seat. I noticed on the app that his drop-off location was the same as his pickup location. Sadly, he was quite intoxicated and couldn't figure out how to change the drop-off location. I told him he either needed to change the destination or exit the vehicle. He proceeded to pull out a joint and a lighter. I swiped the lighter away from his hand. He called me a censored. I would like to make sure I get credit for the ride, as my Uber dashboard is crediting me with a cancellation. Also, Mr. Rebrand should never be allowed to enter an Uber again. Oh, I forgot. Mr. Rebrand pulled out a bottle of liquor on his way out of the vehicle and spilled some on my back seat. Maria, is there anything else you would like to report? My head slumps against the steering wheel. No, that is all. I can feel Maria smiling on the other side of the planet. Thank you, Mr. Bjorn. Let me transfer you to someone who can help you with this matter. Please be prepared to provide Miss Jennifer with your name, email, address, telephone number, and date of birth. I turn off the ignition. I wonder if Maria knows what an ignition is. I stare at the IHOP. About the same odds she's ever had a Colorado omelet with a side of world-famous buttermilk pancakes. And that was a woman. I just met a girl named Maria from Uber Nights, again, which you can find on Amazon. Just follow the Linktree link in any of my social media platforms to get there, or search my name, Eric Bjorn. I've written 9 other books, and I'm hard at work on my 11th book, Bronx Nights, which you can also find excerpts for online and which will be published in early June. Have a great day.